Hello, hello, hello. I don't see anyone in here yet, but I'm going to say hello to everyone and thank you for coming through to hear me out. Um, Hold on just 1 minute. Let me see. Okay, what I'm going to talk about today is there's always these stories that people talk about later on in life, and they turn out to be funny then, but then when you keep hearing about them, um, sometimes they can turn into you go back so many times that you can end up feeling like you back in that same position again. And so this is one of the things that was happening to me. And to hear people keep talking about the stories and everything, just one day landed me in a place one day when my brother was talking to me and he kept mentioning this house we lived in that had this white carpet and everything. And then just one day I started yelling at him. I was like, yeah, you keep talking about that white carpet, but it wasn't a good experience for me. So this is another one of those stories that wasn't something that I've laughed about before. But going back to it was also a very traumatic um, event for me. So a lot of times when I was younger, I was more like a loner. I didn't hang around a lot of people. I stayed mostly quiet to myself. I hung around who hung around me. But on this day, I was 16 years old. My brother was 18. And I was doing what I always did. I had chores to do, trying to get them done before my mom came home from work. Um, in doing this, I'm outside hanging clothes on the clothesline. And my brother and his friend uh, is next door, but I can visually see them um, over laughing and talking, and they talking about they new toys that they done recently got. Prior to this, I'm trying to keep the story in line, but prior to this, my brother had gotten a job and everything, and so he was starting to buy little toys and gadgets and things for himself. And three of those things that he went and bought was I don't even know how to say it if I'll get in trouble for saying it on YouTube, but he went and bought two pow pows. I'll just say it like that. And one was a 22 rifle, and the other one was a BB gun. Oh, I said it anyways. I'm sorry, but I saw him over there, and he's talking to his friend, and they like kind of laughing, and I hear my brother say as I'm hanging the clothes on the clothesline, I'm gonna shoot her. And I'm kind of looking at him and I'm paying attention. He a jokester and everything, and I'm not sure at this age. Well, let me just say this, and don't nobody want to be shot by no pow pow, period. So, but I'm not sure which one he has in his hand that he's playing with at this time. But anyways, I hear him over there telling his friend, um, I'm a shooter, I'm a shooter. And he over there pumping, just pumping away. And I'm like, the last number I remember counting was he was at number 11, that he was putting power behind whatever was finna come out of that, whatever was gonna come out of that pow pow, okay? And I'm looking at him and I'm just still hanging clothes on the clothesline, and I'm just like, after a while I said to him, you better not. And the next thing I know, pow, he shot me in my leg, in my thigh to be exact. And when he shot me, I was in such disbelief. It's like the pain wasn't there. It had to be because I realized that I was hit. I turn around and I run inside of the house. But right now my anger is on 10. You can even say it was on 20, because the first thing I think about is I'm going to get revenge. So I understood that he had two of those pow pows. So I'm going to look for the second one. I went in the closet and I went to get the second one. And I came back looking for him. And unbeknownst to me, he had some missing parts out of it because he disassembled parts of it when he put it in the closet. But I didn't know anything about pow pows back then, not like I do today. But I came back to shoot him with his other pow pow, and I found out that it didn't work. So also, with him working this new job, he had went and bought himself a whole bunch of clothes and everything. So I couldn't get him back in that way. So I went and got every piece of those brand new clothes that he bought. It was enough to fill up a black garbage bag. So I put all of his clothes that he had just purchased with the tags and everything on them, and I went and got a bottle of cooking grease, and I just poured cooking grease all over his clothes. After I finished doing that, I got somebody to take me to the emergency room. Get to the emergency room, they poking and prodding for like an hour trying to get this bullet out of my leg. They never did get the bullet out of my leg, and so I left the hospital after them cutting as much as they could without having to do surgery. I left the hospital, and when I left the hospital, I called to let my mom know what happened. But my brother beat me to the punch. My brother had called my mom, and I'm not sure what he said to her. I'm not sure. But by the time it became my time to tell her what happened to me, I'm telling her, yeah, Ken just shot me. And my mama went past everything that I just said to her and started yelling at me over the phone for pouring cooking grease on his clothes. And this is what I woke up to this morning. The thought of this. Me getting in trouble about pouring the grease on his clothes. Looking back at it now, it's like, I don't even think I deserve to be said anything to about those clothes, period. But what my brother didn't know was my mama never acknowledged that he shot me in my leg. She never acknowledged to me. I don't even know if she ever said anything to him about it. But go figure, me, I'm still walking around with a bullet in my leg. And the only thing she said to me was, "You're so stupid. You should have never poured grease on his clothes." Not that your brother shouldn't have shot you in the leg. And like I said, me and him have laughed millions, I don't know how many times about stuff that has cost me. And some kind of way I learned how to laugh through it. But with everything that's coming back all at one time, it's like, this was ridiculous. I get shot in the leg and I get in trouble. And y'all, I get tired of coming on here dropping tears and stuff, but this stuff is beyond hurtful. I've been holding it in forever and a day, and it's like I don't realize how hurt I was behind it because I learned to laugh at it. I learned to laugh at it for the most of my life. And now when I get older, people don't understand, like, no, Shauna, you was mean. Well, when you go through all this kind of stuff in life, eventually you're going to come up mean. You're going to come up mean. So now I kind of wear that mean badge with an honor sometimes. Because when you can't let it go, what you do with it? You bottle it up on the inside and you use it when it's in your best interest to use it. So I know with this conversation right here, me telling this, it's going to spark a conversation between me and my brother because he don't run from situations like that. He know about some of the things that I've talked about before, and it's not funny to me anymore. I've laughed about it and laughed about it for years and years and years. But when it all come compiled together, I mean, it's like it's so messed up, the things that was happening to me. So I don't know. Maybe we'll find out later with me having a conversation with my brother. Because if we're gonna have a conversation, I want to do it here. Um, yeah, it's just not funny. It's not funny anymore. And this the dream that woke me up this morning. So I've been dealing with this since about 7 o'clock this morning. Um, and I will just say this. We got a habit of we sit around and we laugh about the things like, you remember that time your mama used to pop you in the head with the comb, or you got that ass whooping or whatever, and you can laugh and you kind of laugh about it now. Well, I done did all the laughing about those things, but also going back and thinking about how much it cost me too. And a lot of it, I look back and see, if I put one of my kids in that place, I would say they didn't deserve that. So I don't know. I want to know from my brother, was there any consequence for him shooting me in my leg? And by the way, I'm still walking around with that same bullet in my leg right now today. 20 something years later, I still got that bullet in my leg. And just kind of like got to sit around and wait for it to infect and decide to come out one of these days. And I'm going to kind of take a breather for a minute, and then I'm going to look through the chat and just see if anybody got any questions. But I'm telling you, I'm releasing these videos and stuff is not the easiest thing for me, because a lot of times I get, you shouldn't tell about what your mom did to you. I don't want to tell about what my mama did to me. I just want to tell about me. That's what I want to do. Oh my God. And I really appreciate you all for showing up as I go through this journey. And God knows I try to come on here because somebody asked me, do you ever have happy times? Absolutely, I have happy times. Almost every single day of my days are filled with happiness. But when you're going to sleep at night and you wake up to your past traumas, eventually you have to deal with them. And I guess crying for me is like therapeutic now, when I've been taught all my life, you weak. Stop crying. Don't cry. You ain't allowed to cry. So, and I know if I have the conversation with my brother, it's not going to be a bad conversation, not going to be dramatic. He real funny and upbeat and everything. And I know that I can be able to have that conversation with him, mostly without shedding a tear. But I just want to know from him, what was his consequences on that day, and let's talk about it. So again, I want to say hello to everybody. I usually come in on my lives and I always just start my story because it's kind of hard to get questions in between, and I just like want to get it out so I can go ahead and move forward with it. Again, I want to say hello to everybody. Sister says it reminds me of Meg. People expect women to take everything. Yep. And I've been taught, it's like when you come from where I come from, it's a learned behavior. It's not something you really want to do, but when um when you're denied um your feelings, that's what you do. You learn how to put it away and move on. But I guess then too, you can't say you move on, because in ways I keep waking up and I'm still stuck. You weren't me. Thank you, Passionate Roots. You weren't me. You were vigilant and protective of yourself because you weren't protected. Y'all, I can't tell you how much I hate this crying stuff, because if anybody knew me, besides me coming and exposing myself to the world, everybody knows that nobody knows really this side of me. Nobody's ever seen like the soft side of something. The girl that always shows up is like my battle was with everybody else except for the people that was causing harm to me. Oh my God. You inspire people who pretend to not even see you. Keep going, beautiful lady. Thank you, J Mac. Sending love and healing energy to you. Thank you very much. You have every right to share your experiences. You are helping and healing so many, including me. Thank you very much. I hope you also journal. Passionate Roots. I did journal for a lot of years. I actually have those journals. I have a milk crate full of journals. But at this time in my life, I decided um I'm not journaling those things anymore. I'm recording them on YouTube. So I went from journaling in my books for years to now I'm here on YouTube journaling. So um Lord, you're gonna make me in every you gonna make Cassie, you, I definitely, I'm not trying to make you cry, but it's hell trying to push these stories out. And I've had conversations with people and let them know that um when I wake up to these stories in the morning, it's like I'm compelled to get them off of me, because it's like a nastiness that's on my skin. And I know if I wake up with it this morning, tonight, everything that bothers me doesn't bother me the way that I see it bother other people and make their day go bad. How it affects me is I'm not able to sleep at nighttime. It takes away my peace. So for me, it's I feel like for me, what I want to do is I just want to be in a room by myself and deal with these feelings. But I also know that this is right now what brings me peace in the weirdest of way ever. And I don't know if it's because I know like the people in the comments that experienced some of this stuff that I have been through, that makes it okay to go ahead and share. But I know if I wake up with it in the morning, I know that when I get ready to go to sleep at nighttime, if I don't get it off of me, then I'm gonna still be stuck in the same place, essentially having a restless night. And I've been through situations in my life where I didn't sleep for 3 months. So I ain't willing to go back to that place. Um, and if anybody is wondering when she gonna stop crying, it probably ain't gonna be for a long time. So if this ain't none of your thing, then I have to consider me first, and maybe this ain't the best place for you to be at, because this is where I am in my life at this point. Did you ever go to the hospital for it? If so, did you tell them it was your brother? Cassie, when I went to the hospital that night, I believe I did tell them that it was my brother that shot me. I did tell them because they actually called my mom. They called my mom at work and told her because um I was still a minor. So she gave them permission to treat me over the phone. You made me think just a few minutes there, or cover for him. No, I did. I thinking back on it now, I did not cover for him. I did tell him, "You're beautiful. It's strength to cry, man. Let them tears out. You have strength, lady. You breaking them old chain values that you was taught." I'm sure trying. Stacy Burrows. Angela, I'm praying for you. Yes. I thank you all for the prayers and everything. And I just want you to know, I'm not currently going through these things. I'm in a different place, but it's like I done buried them down so far, and like it's like the grave site is waterlogged, so all of the graves, the graves are being dug up and everything floating on top of the surface. Sending hugs, squeeze all the way from the High Point, North Carolina. Thank you very much, Angela S. I see a lady with strength. God only puts the best through the worst. Yeah, I done heard that a whole bunch of times. Sending biggest love and healing for you. Tell your story. Keep speaking that truth, lady. This is what you put on earth for. This is your purpose. I've been abused my whole life. And it's like you, um, it's no, I can't say almost strengthening. It is strengthening to know that somebody else went through it, but also like at the same time, it's like you don't want you want to know that you're not alone in it, but you also don't want to know that somebody else went through the hell that you went through. Who wants somebody else to go through that? Your trigger and emotional reactions are what still need to be healed. I believe that, J Mac. Thank you. Your YouTube journaling got you 16K subscribers. You're clearly helping people and show them that they're not alone. I'm sure trying, Cassie, you, but I can tell you, like, from where I've been to, you can't cry. You're not allowed to cry. I mean, this is like I ain't never been in this place before. So, oh, okay, Kenya. Um, I've heard this story, but never from your perspective. Oh my God. Oh my God. Thank you, Kenya. Y'all, Kenya is my sister. Mm. And she's saying she heard the story before. And usually that's how it goes. Everybody hear the story and everybody can get a laugh. Everybody can get a laugh out of it. But nobody knows the hurt that come along with these stories. I love you too, Kenya. Um, who cares? Keep crying. You're healing, beautiful soul. Yes, I was still a minor when this happened. I was 16 years old. Um, you continue to speak. Release release all of this that no longer serves you. Bless, love. Thank you very much, Marcia. You just self healing, letting the skeletons out. Yeah, I got a lot of people that say, tell your story and stay out of the comments. But the comments is like a blessing and a curse all at the same time, because the mind do I can see all of the great things that people say to me and that they helping me. But it's when I come across one of the ones that says to stop crying, or to stop dishonoring your mom, or stop telling your mom's business. Since I'm here being honest, I can say those things those things do bother me, because even though I've been through all of these things, it feel crazy at times to tell somebody how much I absolutely love my mom. And no matter how people feel, that they may think that I'm doing this to dishonor my mom. All I ever did in life was all I ever did in life was wanted to run behind her. I always wanted her love. Always. And the crazy of things that I thank God for was all of the times that I wanted to be there for her. God granted me in the end to be there. Just me and her alone in her last moments. So I'm thankful for that. To release is healing, and you're finally being heard and seen. You can't and don't need to hold it in anymore. It's true, Lady Queen. Keep healing yourself. I'm gonna try to keep on pushing for it, and hopefully these stories get easier and the tears go away. Um, I've learned that it's very freeing to cry. After therapy, I cry just about anywhere at any time now. Cassie, I'm one of these days I'm gonna get like you, and then I'm gonna just tell everybody, Cassie, you told me that I can cry anywhere. You're showing us we're not alone. Thank you so much for your weakness. My soul needed this today. Thank you so much, Stacy, for saying that. And I really do hope I'm encouraging some people to not stay in that place. If it's just a pin drop that you can stick in the balloon to let some of your air out, Let the pressure up off of you. I mean, I spent my whole life considering and thinking about everybody, and with every video that I make, I'm still in that same place. It's like I be thinking about the people, but I also am thinking more about myself now than I am considering the people who I'm telling the story about. Cause still in a weird way, though people hurt me the way that they hurt me, I still don't have a desire to hurt them back. I just have to have an attitude of almost like fuck them, for lack of a better word, right now. Because that's what my attitude is at. It didn't have to be to keep me on top. You're righteous of attention. Crying and shaking is your body's defense mechanism. You're healing just fine. You got this. I really appreciate you all. I will never know your pain. It's nice to see your sister in here listening. Mental health awareness is real, and I speak out about it in the African American community. It's time our culture gets well. Blessings. Bottom line, that is absolutely true. I mean, there's so many devastating things that happen in our community, and we do sit around at tables and stuff, and we laugh about them, um, push them under the table, pretend like they didn't happen, and then we pass that same trauma on to the next generation, because if you dealt with all of these things, you're gonna have issues that come along with it. um and I'm gonna just say that because I can end up in a whole nother conversation just with that right there. We love you. You have come a long way. Yes, I have, Shonda Love. And I can't tell y'all how much it's like I'm at peace, and I'm a very happy person right now. And so what y'all seeing me do is giving myself another level of peace by coming to release this. And it's not something that I can just come and do because I want to come on here and do it. The things that I come on here and release, talk about, I mean, everything that I've talked about, it's because it hit me in my spirit in a certain way. So I have to come on. I have to come on and release it. Why wasn't your brother locked up for committing this crime? Who was laughing about it? Um, why wasn't he locked up for it? I don't have no answer for that, sister. I don't have an answer for that. I don't remember um why anything didn't happen, but I'm looking at it now and I don't even have a desire to go back and put my brother in jail. I really don't. um but yeah, I don't know why, but I can that question right there can apply to a whole lot of things that happened to me, because there's a lot of people that should be in jail right now for all of the things that happened to me, but it's never happened before. Yes, that makes sense. You cannot help. It's family. That's all you know. I was abused by my father very bad. Let your heart bleed so your soul can be freed. The comment sections are brutal, shaking my head, but the reality is that one negative comment can hit so deep that it overshadows all of the positive. Cassie, you girl. And I'm not calling you a girl out of disrespect. I'm just like, if I'm talking to you all like I would be talking to one of my sisters on the phone. And yes, I go in the comments and I read, and I can tell you, most of my comments are all in support of me. But when I see that one that is telling my story and not it's not what I said, it's like it does something to me that somebody takes my story away from me and change it into whatever they want to change it to. And I hate it. And for me, I look at it as like, yes, I love all of these people that's here supporting me. But it's like when I see that one coming, it is like to me, it's like exposing the devil. No, I'm gonna put you on display, devil, and let you know that you don't get to change my story or whatever. That's kind of the way that I look at it. Um, and eventually, I want that to change. That I no longer acknowledge them. But when you come from a place that you haven't ever been able to defend yourself, right now I am in a twisted way with the people that says things to me. But I also love to acknowledge that I appreciate everybody who is encouraging me in the comments. When one comment get me down, I go back and read those comments. I may not heart all of them because God knows there's a lot of them and everything, but I really do appreciate everybody who supports me in the comment section. Your story is just showing me that it's okay to be honest and strong. My dad taught us not to cry while abusing us. Jesus Christ. Yep. Story of my life. You are telling your story from your own perspective and your truth. Stay strong and keep speaking your own truth. Yes, honey. Cry anywhere and everywhere at any time. All right, Cassie. And I'm gonna tell anybody got a problem, they better speak to Cassie because she told me. Thank you for being you. Your message was straight from me. Amen. Thank you for the love, kind strangers. I appreciate you. Damn touchscreen man. Big love to everyone on here. Passionate says, ignore them. You are sharing your story and no longer betraying yourself and emotions. A child should always be loved, protected, and nurtured. They will be held accountable if not in this realm, the next. Even just listening that it's like sometimes I see parents that have had situations with their children, and I always be trying to talk to that parent from the side of where I came from and what the child may be thinking um in that situation. So yeah, everybody needs to be held accountable um for whatever it is you put on on the table. You changed other people's life that was just doing so. Dump on you. What a good lady you are. Thank you. You have the right to feel it's time for them to be accountable. You are loved, blessed. Um, Awkward shines like a star. Listen to that lady. You can love them always and forever, but you don't have to like them for what they done to you. J Mac, that is absolutely right. I can't tell people how much I love my mama because it ain't no words to explain to that. But what happened is like I can't come outside and say it's raining if the sun is shining. I can't come outside and it's raining and the sun ain't shining and make it a different story. The truth is the truth, and it's the only thing that I know how to work with. Um, my wife's dad once had a gun to my wife's head and his brother's head. They were 10 and 11. Mm. Wow. I know they talk the same way. Any heart you give, it is appreciated. Thank you very much. I wish I could go down. Get my kids or something, and they'll be glad to go down and like it because they always be like, "Oh, mom, look at all of the people and everything. They all saying good things and everything." And um, but I do. I with every time what I click on and say expose the devil. I'm also looking at everyone and definitely appreciating them for the support. I really am. But I always want my supporters to know that I see you, and I really, really do appreciate you. I really do. Um hey VS, and thank you so much for always being a listening ear. And I don't care what nobody say about VS, and she always tell me, don't don't say a whole lot about me because I don't want people to judge you from there. And I just get to a place because nobody don't know. No matter what you see about her or what you say about her, she has encouraged me, and not in no conversation that we have face to face or on a phone or no nothing, but me just watching her and taking the message out of the mess that was happening was taking me out of my mind. But it would be key things that she would say that hit it right on the nail every time. And so I don't know what other people have going on with her, but she has definitely been an encouragement to me and an ear to me and strength when I don't have it. So I know VS, you be telling me don't say nothing about you. You told me to take your mod stick. Um I'm letting you know now. I just don't care. And I thank you for supporting me. Um, hello, Katie Harleman. Harleman, thank you for. She said, "Bless you," and I think I know Katie. And the biggest air hugs to you, very strong lady. I never even met, but came across you too. Thank you, Lord, for sharing the righteous lady, and to all in the comments, biggest caves. Thank you very much again, Stacy. Heading back to work again. Thank you all for coming in here and spending your lunch break with me. And I hope and I pray that you got something out of whatever it is. And if it's not for you, then send it to somebody who it is for. Because it makes me feel good that I'm helping somebody else by putting myself out there. Thank you, Cassie, you for always showing up and adding to the conversation. And I'll see you when you in the next one. Hopefully tonight, me and my brother probably can come on here together. That's if he want to or whenever he want to, and then we can um, end this conversation. Thanks again for always sharing your stories, Tashana. I'll check in on you next live. Love to you all. Have a great day, you all. Hi, Queen Regina. Thank you for coming. I'm your number one fan. Love from South Africa. South Africa in the house. Kindness soda floats. Thank you so much for joining me, and I appreciate it. I really, really appreciate it. Hi, Divine Destiny. Miss Edwards, you are 100 about life. I'm definitely trying to get there, Miss Edwards. Thank you so much, Queen Regina. I am trying. I'm definitely trying to. No, I am telling the story, and I just what I'm having a hard time is to push through the tears because I don't want to be on here crying, but I'm learning to let it flow. Ari, appreciate you too. Stay safe and never stop sharing the truth, ladies. Shame the devil is the best anyone can do for their own souls. All right, then we definitely gonna keep on exposing him and stomping on his head over here. We gonna be the head stompers over here. We gotta find a name for ourselves over here. But yeah, I'm definitely gonna keep on pushing forward. Nobody knows anybody. Facts. Keep people in your life that encourages you, and for the most part, that divine destiny, everybody who I have around me now is. I can't name anybody who's around me right now in this time in my life that is not encouraging to me. So I try to stay away from people that. Yeah, I have great people around me right now, so I can't even complain about none of those. I came in late, but you are appreciated. Thank you very much. Bless your heart. I love you. Hi Patricia Daniels. Thank you so much. You had your red velvet cake will heal you. Yeah, I know that. Yeah, I do know Katie. My red velvet cake heals. Now that's funny. Thank you so much. LOL, LOL. You know that's right. Yes. What a blessing. But yeah, you all, I'm gonna try to come back on a little bit later. I'm gonna talk to my brother behind the scenes. I didn't even talk to him about this. He didn't even know that that I was gonna do a live about this, because this is something I've talked to them, my family, probably 2 years ago, letting them know that after a while I'm gonna be releasing. I didn't know how I was gonna do it. I didn't want to use names, but my brother is someone who supports me, and I support him here on YouTube too. So um and I'm pretty sure he'll come through. He was in my live last night. Was it last night? Or probably the night before. It was Monday. But um maybe I'll be back live tonight to have the discussion with him, and see what his perspective is. And I know he probably having a fit right now, because like Lord, my sister is in tears about this story. But he usually knows when something bothers me about a story from behind, because I'll start yelling about it. And so this is definitely um another way of me releasing things instead of screaming about it. If that makes sense. Most people won't choose healing. You are healing, and you are very powerful. Yes, passionate roots. I am choosing healing. Healing at this time in my life. I want it. And sometimes I feel like I'm not healing when I tell these stories and stuff. But what I can tell you is, after I release one, and as soon as I hit the live button, it goes from. And I'll say this: when I wake up from a dream that I'm having, my day is in a funk until I come on here and do a live and release it. And it's like, once I release it, the rest of my day is amazing. It is amazing. So I did a lunchtime release, and I'm hoping and praying that the rest of my day is going to be absolutely beautiful. So again, thank you always for showing support, VS, and all that you do. And I appreciate everybody for coming through once again, and maybe I'll be live again tonight to have the talk with my brother. We'll see how that goes, and if not today, some other day. But I appreciate you all for being here and supporting me through all of my millions of tears. um and until next time, I shall see you all. Let me read this. And I love that you are intentional about your healing also. Yes. In the words of Whitley Gilbert, relax, release, and relate. And with that being said, I'm going to say again, I appreciate you all for coming through and supporting me. Um, yeah. Um, I really appreciate you all. You don't even understand how much I feel the support coming through the phone. I really do. Tears release toxins from your body and help you slowly recover from painful experiences that hurt you. So cry your tears, and hopefully you'll sleep well tonight. J Mac, I just feel that you be praying for me all the time whenever you see my tears. And I really appreciate that from you. Not that anybody else is not praying, but J Mac been in here since day one, and always encouraging me. But again, like I said, I appreciate you all for showing up and supporting me in this live. And hopefully I'll see you all later on. I love you all. Thanks again.